And from here, let's just walk the hands over until you're looking over your right knee. So keeping the same forward bend. Walk the hands over, keep the same forward bend, walk the hands over. You're looking over your right knee. And then coming back to the center. And let's walk across to the left. All the while bringing yourselves out of those hips. Back to the center. Slide the hands back. And let's come up to sit. From there, we go straight onto our hands and knees. Starting with a little bit of cat and cow. Inhale into the cow. And exhale into the cat, starting from the base of the spine. 5 rounds in your own time, slower the better. Really pushing the mat away from you in the cat pose. And as you come into your Hasta Bandha, really gather up that mat. So press down as if you're closing and opening the jar. And then bring your fingertips in towards the palm, really sucking onto that mat with that Hasta Bandha. Neutral spine, and from there we'll take the left leg back again. Left leg back and press it down into the mat. Nice and straight. Squeeze the glute and lift up into a bird dog. Nice straight, strong leg and come up. Coming back down. Don't forget to breathe in that bird dog. Press the foot down, dial the toes down, keep them at 6 o'clock when you lift up. Floating the leg up, using the whole leg to come. Feel yourself cradle from the bottom, lifting the belly, protecting your spine. Breathe and come back. From there, we're going to go into our dog feet, making sure that we're not shifting over to the side, just lifting up and down, up and down, up, down. And on the other side, up, down, 3 times. Let's take the leg out to the side. Let's start with the right leg. And again, if your hips are up here, you want to shift those hips down until you're on the inside of that right foot. And your hips are nice and level, they're not up here. Really squeeze that leg once again, hug all the muscles onto the leg, press down with the instep, and then lift up without lifting your hips. Just 3 times, and then come back. On the other side. Squeeze all the muscles onto the bones, and then lift. And come back. Come back to the original side. Place your foot on the floor, and then let's rock forward and back. Bring your palm to your heel and just wake up those outer hips. Don't forget the other side. And then let's come back to center. From here, we're moving into our shoulder. So really get that Hasta Bandha nice and strong, guys. So I really want that grip to be something you focus on for your shoulder work. So really spread the fingers out, middle finger facing straight forward, spreading all the other fingers out as much as you can. And then as if you're just clawing the mat, lift your palm slightly off the mat. So just the base of your palm, the heel of your palm and your fingertips are touching the mat. From there, straightening out, locking out those elbows just for a moment. We're going to move forward and back, forward and back with the shoulders, taking care not to wing your scapula, so your shoulder blades shouldn't be coming in towards each other like this. So it should be nice and strong, just moving through the shoulder joint. Nice straight elbows. And then from there, let's go forward and back towards the ear, up towards the ear, down towards the hips. Up towards the ear, down towards the hips, up towards the ears, and down towards the hips. Let's cross the legs now. Let's come over onto our backs. Coming into a tabletop, pressing the feet away, and lifting 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Let's take both legs up, making sure to push that tailbone into the mat. Lift the legs up to 90, or as far close to 90 as you can. Feel the work in the tops of the thighs. From there, we'll come down, gently bring the legs down. Before you reach the floor, point the toes, lift the arms, look at your toes. Tuck the tail. And come back down. Let's bend the legs here again. And gently bringing in one leg. So let's start with the left leg. Bring that left leg in towards your shoulder, left shoulder. Take the right hand, the opposite hand, and press that knee away, while pushing it in towards your shoulder. Keep the tailbone grounded. Bring the hands down, keep the knee where it is, where you start pushing it, and lift up slightly. And come down. Take that right leg up this time, the knee in towards the shoulder, take the left hand and press it away. Tailbone into the mat. Pressing down with the other foot. Knee into the palm, palm pushing the knee away. Keep the knee where it is as you push down into the mat with the opposite leg and lift up. And come down. Take both hands up now, 90 degrees. Big toes together, and let's pull those knees in towards the elbows. Keep the tailbone grounded as much as you can, and pull the knees in. From there, let's bring the knees together and out, together and out, together, and bring the legs down again. Squeezing those thighs together now, bent knees, squeezing the thighs together. Really, as if you're crushing a pistachio nut between your thighs, really squeeze. And then straighten the legs and let's seek our way up. Cross the legs and come up to stand. Come to stand at the top of your mats. And we'll go into our Surya Namaskar. Set my watch. Come to stand in a nice strong Padasana. Your legs and your hips should help now to push down into the mat with the broadest base that your feet can possibly make. So your big toe, your little toes, and either side of your heel pressing evenly into the mat. Bring the ribs in. Bring the ribs in. So if you're out like that, bring the ribs in. Pull the belly into the spine and squeeze the glutes as you extend as far up towards the ceiling with your head as you can. Sucking those shoulder joints into the socket. We're going to open up. Inhale up. Back at the palms touch, exhale, fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Arms to the floor, right leg back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Keep those hands close to each other as if you're holding a block on your way up. Come back down. Left leg. Down low. Roll onto your tiptoes. Roll forward. Hasta Bandha here. Shoulders above the wrists. Knees down. Come into a cow back. Lift the head. And then chest and chin down. Sliding into cobra. Keep the elbows in, don't flat them out as you come up. Down dog. Right leg up. Step it forward. Knee down. Crescent lunge. Come back down. Runner's lunge. Place the palm on the midline, twist over. Coming back down. Leg forward. Half forward, 4. Full forward, 4. Inhale all the way up. Tadasana. Inhale up. Back to the palms touch, exhale, fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Arms to the floor, left leg up. Crescent lunge. Hold that block. The sockets. Come back down. Down dog. Remember when you were lying on your back and lifting your legs up to 90 degrees? You should have that same work going on in your legs now to help try and bring those heels to the mat. Turn those shoulders out. Onto the tiptoes. Roll into a plank. Stop when your shoulders reach your wrists. Down. Cow. Shashtanga. Slide forward. Push back. Downward facing dog. Left leg up. Stepping forward. Hand on, sorry, crescent lunge first. And down. Runner's lunge. Hand onto midline. Twist. Come back. Step it forward. Inhale half. Exhale full. And inhale all the way up. Back to the palms, touch, and down, palms. Inhale up. Back to the palms, touch, exhale full. Inhale up. Exhale full. Arms to the floor, right leg back. Crescent lunge. Back down, down dog. Roll into plank. Knees down, cow back, chest and chin. Slide into cobra. Pushing back. Down dog. Right leg up. Step it forward. Runner's lunge. Twist. Come back. High lunge. Twist towards the open leg. Front leg. Towards the front leg. Come back up. Down. Left leg forward. Half. Full. Inhale up. Back to the palms, touch it. Exhale, full. Inhale up. Balance. Go back up again. And down. Inhale up. Exhale full. Palms to the floor, left leg up. Crescent lunge. Right leg back, down dog. Up onto the tiptoes, roll forward into plank, knees down, chest and chin back. Slide into cobra. Push back. Lift up. Left leg. Step it forward. Runner's lunge. Twist. Feet should be hip width apart. Front leg 90 degrees. Lift up. Crescent lunge. High crescent. Pressing down with the toes as much as the heels. Twist towards the left side. Come back. Right leg forward. Inhale half. Exhale full. Inhale all the way up. Back to the palms, touch, exhale full. Inhale up. Back to the palms, touch, exhale forward. Inhale up. Exhale full. Palms to the floor, both legs back. Down dog. Hold this downward facing dog for 3 breaths, turning those shoulders outwards. Rolling onto the plank, knees down, Shashtanga. Slide forward. Over. Just back. Those of you who have Chaturanga in your practice, go ahead. The rest of you, half Chaturanga. Straighten the body, bring your shoulders over your wrists, elbows in. You come down to the floor. Lift up into Cobra. Pushing back, downward facing. Rolling up onto the tiptoes, knees down, elbows down. Keep the elbows in that number 11 position as you really use those Hasta Bandha hands to press into the mat. Imagine you're squeezing a block between your elbows as you lift up into downward facing doggy. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears and walking forward and walking back. Walk forward and walk back. One more time, walking forward and walking back. Knees down, slide the hands back, and let's rest in child. Slide the backs of your hands on the mat, flip them over, go forward again, downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up to the ceiling, step it forward, rear track legs, as you bring that left foot slightly forward as well. From there, just dropping your hands to the floor, let them hang, let your head hang heavy, pressing down through both legs, ragdoll yourself up. Ragdoll, ragdoll. And then let's lift up into warrior number 1. From warrior number 2, from warrior number 1, bring the hands to the hips. And then let's walk left leg forward until the knees are in line. And then let's just bend both legs. Come into this hinged position. You feel most of the work happening around here. Come into that hinge, straighten the back. Bend further. Keep that front leg bent as you lift the back leg into warrior 3, straightening the front leg slightly. Coming back down. Inhale up, Uttanasana. Backward palms touch and exhale forward. Inhale up, exhale full. Palms to the floor, both legs back. Downward facing dog. Roll into a plank. Knees down, power back, chest and chin. Slide into cobra. Keep those elbows in as you push back into down dog and left leg up to the ceiling. Step it forward. Make sure you've got 90 degrees here in the front leg to start with. Drop the hands, drop the head. Ragdoll up. Gently. That's hard work, guys. Bring that front leg slightly forward and then lift up into warrior number one. You can have your foot down or you can have your foot slightly lifted, up to you. Just try to maintain that bend and the square hips going forward all the time. Lift up and let's come into that hinge position. Bring the knees in line and just hinge down this so weird kind of ballet-ish pose. But hinge forward, chest out, nice straight back. Feel the work on the outside of your left thigh. Keep the back nice and straight as you lift the back leg and straighten. It's like you're in a bird dog with a straight leg. Straighten that front leg. Gently coming back down. Inhale up. Inhale all the way up to Urdhva Hastasana. Make sure you're evenly on both feet. And then as if you're being hung from a little piece of string from your wrists, let's sink that down. Squeezing the knees together this time. Feeling it more on the inside of your legs. Come into chair. From there, inhale to parallel. Inhale to 45. Exhale. And inhale all the way up. Back at the palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Palms to the floor, down dog. Hold this downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Really stretching out the front body here. And then lifting that right leg up to the ceiling. Step it forward between the hands. Hip width apart legs. As we bring that front leg slightly forward so that you can ground the back heel. Let's come back up. And make sure that we've got our hips facing forward. And we're going to hinge again. It's very important to hinge from your hip and not bend forward from the chest. Hinging from the hip, nice open chest. And we're just going to stay here. Those of us with super open hamstrings will go down a little further. But most of us will stay here, lift this front quadricep, and stretch that hamstring as much as you can. Come back onto your fingertips. Keep the palms down, bend the knee, and let's walk back, downward facing. Left leg up to the ceiling. Step it forward. Right leg comes forward. And we're going to come all the way up. Straighten the legs. Square the hips. And then bend sorry, not bend, hinge into that pyramid pose. Stay here if you like. If you want to take it a little deeper, only if you've done it before, take it deeper. Bring your head down, belly onto the thighs. Onto the fingertips, bend the knees, downward facing dog, roll into a plank. You have three choices: knees, chest, chin, half chaturanga, or chaturanga up dog. Do the one that's challenging but comfortable. Don't do something that will push you to the limit too much today. From here, I'm going to step my left leg forward and turn to face the camera. Nice wide-legged stance. And from here, we're going to first bring the heels of our palms onto the hip creases. And then, just like you did previously, hinging from the hip, we're going to bend forward, taking care not to take that bum too far back. Okay, the bum needs to be in line with your heels. Just bending forward, taking the weight onto the front of your sit bones, onto your front of your feet. Most of the weight is on the toes here. Coming back down with both hands, straight back, pressing into the mat. Take the hands between the feet, and then you can bend the elbows, come a little further down. Lifting back up, hands to the hip creases, lift up the quads. As you lift back up, take the hands up above your head, as if you're holding the block. If you've got a block, maybe hold it, and then keep the bum in the same line as your heels. And let's come forward and back up. 2 more times. Come to parallel and up. Try not to sink those hips back, just moving forward and up. Good work, guys. Keep those hips keep those feet where they are. And let's take the hands up into a T. From there, we're going to go into Parsva Trikonasana. So turn the left hand up and then just tip over into this. Taking those hips from here, this way. Nice long body from left ankle to left wrist. Coming back up, T position, right hand goes, tips up, and nice long body from right ankle to right wrist. And come back. Good. From there, heel toe feet together. And let's come to the top of the mat. Knees slightly more than hip width apart. And we're going to hinge forward once again. Bend the knees. Press the belly in between the thighs. Try to keep your knees over your ankles. Don't let them collapse in. Stand on the full foot. Hands on the floor. As you lift the hips up, stretching those hamstrings again. Don't need to fully straighten the legs. If you can, that's great. But if you can't, that's also fine. Lift the quads and hold on to the big toes. Plant the hands down in front of your feet and let's walk back into downward facing dog. Rolling forward into a plank. Hasta Bandha nice and strong and hold your plank for 5 breaths. As you hold this plank, let's see if we can just rock back and forth only with our heels. Just the heels, the shoulders don't come too far forward. And let's bring the legs down and come down to sit. Come down to the mat now, legs nice and wide. 90 degrees between the two legs if you can. And then we're just going to focus on Hasta Bandha hands and lifting up into a nice straight back. Opening the chest, not allowing the chest to come forward like this, not allowing us to be in this kind of question marky spine, lifting up. Then we're turning over to the right side, hands by the feet, by the knees rather. Keep that body nice and straight, and then let's slowly work ourselves forward, not compromising the straight spine. Okay? And also trying to keep that left sit bone, the one that you're going away from, on the floor. So you don't want it to lift up, and for this left leg to turn inwards, you want to keep that non-working leg working as well. Come forward as much as you can. Grab onto either your shin, your ankle, or your foot. Bring your head to the inside of that right leg. Breathing into the spine, letting go from the hips. Letting go through the shoulders, working through the leg, and slowly come back. Back to the center. And then let's turn around and go on to the other side. Start off with your thumbs on either side of the knee. Lifting up. Start walking forward without bending that spine. Hold on to the shin, to the ankle, or to the foot. Letting go through the hips, relaxing the shoulders. Try not to pull at your foot or your ankle. Just allow your belly to come onto the thighs. Slowly come back to the center and lift your chest up as much as you can, keeping those feet back. Let's come back, face forward on the mat. Let's take the hands back, one arm's length, and opening up the chest again. So from your hips to your shoulders, you want to be in this cow back almost. Pressing the heels down into the mat, try to make sure that your heels, your feet, don't turn inwards like this, so that the soles of your feet are not facing each other. They're facing the front evenly. Okay? So that's important to keep that orientation of the soles of your feet throughout the pose. We want to squeeze the thighs together as we lift up into Purva Uttanasana. For today, just look towards your toes, push the heels down, and take more weight into your hips than your shoulders. Relax the front body and gently come down. Good. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see a little better. But our next seated pose, we're going to just take that front leg parallel to the edge of your mat, the shin, the bottom leg rather, whichever leg you start with, doesn't matter. Then take the other leg, place it on top, and we're going to come into fire lock or Mundidasana. Agni Stambha, all these names are used to describe it. For some of you it's easy, for some of you it's incorrigibly hard. But if it's hard, just keep doing it. For those of you who it's easy, you can go into a slight forward bend as well. So should we keep those feet flexed, both of them, and take that top foot slightly further out over your knee. Yeah, and nicely flexed. Just letting go in those inner thighs and the outer hips. And gently coming back out. We'll change legs. One side usually easier than the other, lifting up, down through both sit bones. And if you bend forward on the other side, bend forward on this side as well. So now we're going to try to come down with your belly onto your shins rather than leading with the neck and shoulders. Gently coming back. Come down onto our backs. Keep the legs nice and straight and C-curve your way down onto the back. Take your hands out into a T with the palms facing upwards. Bring the knees in towards your chest, feet dorsiflexed, and try to bring those thighs onto your belly. Previously, we tried to bring the belly onto the thighs. This time, we're going the other way. Trying to bring the thighs onto the belly. So really pulling. Scooch the hips over to the left. Keep the knees together, the inner thighs together as we tip over towards the right. Back to the center. Hips to the right. Knees to the left. Don't touch the floor. Coming back up. Hips to the left. Knees to the right. Back to center. Right and left. Back to center. Left and right. and right and left. Back to center. Pull those thighs onto your belly and lift the feet up to the ceiling. Palms come inwards as if you're giving a big hug, and then face the feet. Lift the head, lift the chest. Work through the inner thighs and the tops of the thighs. Gently coming down. And relax. From here, we're coming to another simple twist. So we take the hands out into a T, bring the legs up to a tabletop, 90-90. And let's just drop the legs over to the right this time. Keeping the left knees, left shoulders on the mat. So you don't need to worry too much about keeping the knees together and stuff. Just try to keep that left shoulder blade on the floor. Relax in the twist. Just allow the breath to move in and out. You don't really need to work any muscles in this twist. Coming back to center, legs into a tabletop, and drop them over to the other side, keeping its shoulder blade on the floor. And allowing the legs to feel heavy and the body just to twist. Just really relax and let the twist deepen. Try to let go in the core. Usually we're working through the core, but in the twist we're trying to let go. Coming back to center and bringing the feet down. We'll start with the bridge, pressing the palms down into the mat. Feet hip width apart, pressing down through the full foot, not just the heel. Pressing down through the back of the shoulder blades, through the upper arm, pressing the triceps into the mat as you lift up. Tuck your tail and build that bridge. Pressing down through the full foot. Coming back down. Come on to the side, lift up. And we'll just roll over onto our bellies. Sit on your heels maybe, flattening the feet, lifting up, and then sliding forward, laying your full front body on the mat. From here, we slide our hands down to the nipple line and be mindful of the difference between the heel bone and the ankle bones. We'll try to bring the ankle bones to touch. Even if they don't touch, that's fine. Just be aware that that's what you're trying to do. What we want to try and avoid is the heel bones touching too much. Pressing down through the toenails, lift the knees off the mat, tuck the tail down, and feel your chest off the mat with the elbows in. Squeezing those ankle bones towards each other. Gently press down with your hands, keep the elbows in as you lift up a little further, not too much. And come back. From here, we're going to lift those legs up as if you're doing an upside down bridge. Feet nice and flexed. And taking those hands forward. Lift from the elbows, bend from the elbows. Place those thumbs over the bony part of your skull, that little ridge that you've got. And then as you keep the elbows in, lift up and lift the knees off the mat. And down. Nakarasana. Lift up, press back into a child pose. Really lengthen out that spine, pressing down into the mat with your hands, bringing the bum down towards your heels. And then lift up. Cross your legs, roll back down, and come into your Shavasana. Take a few minutes of Shavasana before going into a pranayama. Gently bring some movement back to your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, and your hips and shoulders. Lift your arms up above your heads. Really bring your feet together, point the toes, and really stretch yourselves out. And roll over onto your right side. Take a couple of recovery breaths. And lift yourself up. Just sit in an easy cross-legged pose. Close the eyes, turn the palms out. Bring the thumbs and the forefingers to touch. And really grow nice and long. Pull those shoulder blades back to open the chest. And lengthen the back of your neck. From there, just watch the breath for a few breaths and just see if you can notice a difference between doing this at the top of the class and doing it now. Doesn't matter if there is a difference or isn't a difference. Just notice whatever there is. From here, we'll pull up the Mula Bandha and Udiyana Bandha Minor. Drop the chin to the chest for Jalandhara Bandha. Roll those shoulders open. And let's take 5 Ujjayi breaths. After your 5th exhalation, bring your chin back up to level plane. I will take a few rounds of Kapalabhati breathing. Not too many pumps at this time. We'll just do a round of 15, a round of 18, and a round of 24. You all know this, so take your time and make sure you exhale fully, inhale fully, and recover before moving to the second round. Okay? Inhale and in your own time. You've done your third round. Let's do some alternate nostril breathing. So we'll take our right hand into this mudra. So you bring your first two fingers over into the center of your palm. Bring your right thumb onto your right side of the nose. The ring finger and the little finger on the left side of the nose. So you're not actually pressing down on the nostril. You've got your fingers just below the septum or the cartilage of your nose. So you don't press down like you're really squeezing something. It's just a gentle nudge is all it takes to close off one nostril. So let's start with the left side this time. Inhale deeply through both nostrils. Close the right and exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale through both nostrils again. Close left, exhale hard through the right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. And so on for 3 more rounds. When you're done with the third round, bring your hands back down to face outwards. Thumb and forefinger to touch. Open the chest. And let's pull up those bandhas again and drop the chin to the chest. This time for 10 rounds of Ujjayi breathing. done with 10th breath, let's bring your arms in prayer pose, Anjali Mudra in front of your chest. Inhale deeply. We'll close the practice with 3 ohms, not just the one. Go in your own time. Inhale. I honor the place within you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place within you which is of light, of love, of truth, and of peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Shibi Tol, for Zoom. Thanks for
Thanks,
joining.
Shanika.
See you guys next
Thanks,
time.
Marcel. See you.
Thank you.
Keep you posted.
Thank you.
What's happening? I think we can get back to class now because you just can. I think because you can travel between 11 and 4, but maybe I'll keep it to 6 people and see if I can live stream the class as well. Perhaps, I don't know. We think about doing something like that because this is just hideous for me. But thanks.
Awesome.
I'll see you all next time. I'll try and post this up also on YouTube if I can.
Thanks, Shanika.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Shanika.